Hey, yo, what up, y'all? You know what I'm saying? Y'all know who it is. Y'all know who it is. Your boy Doc, Docky Doc. Uh-huh. I'm out here doing my 1-2 like I do. Y'all know what it is. Half of politics as usual. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy, the guard, the lifer. Lifer the guard, you know what I mean? He ain't here on this one, but y'all know what it is. He always here in spirit doing his 1-2, but y'all know him. He always running around, you know what I mean? Being lifer. Lifer. But yeah, man, y'all know what it is, man. You know, I'm always trying to, you know what I mean, bring things to light, bring the young people to light and let them do they want to and stuff. Y'all know how I am about the youth, man. You know what I'm saying? And this one right here is real precious to me, you know. This one's real precious to me. This one's to my heart. It's really from the heart, right here, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what this is my princess, man. That's all I could say, man. That's all I could say. Y'all see who it is, you know what I mean? It's Princess Amira, you know what I mean? AKA Nurse Brat, you know what I'm saying? You know, listen, this is my baby girl, the firstborn, you know what I mean? The oldest, my baby, man. This is the princess, so you know, hey baby girl, how you
Hey,
doing?
Daddy, how are you?
All right, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, I'm glad to finally have you on, you know what I mean, sitting in the stool. You always be,
Yes.
come to the stool, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I'll be here, just
Yeah,
not back here. I'm
yeah,
glad to be here, like in this space where the magic happens. So
yeah,
I'm excited.
yeah, you know. So I mean, you just here, just sitting back and stuff. I finally said, you know what, let me pull my princess up and
Mm-hmm.
say, let me sit her down and talk to her because you really got a big following on
Mm-hmm.
TikTok and stuff
Yeah.
and on YouTube. So, I said, let me come out here and let me let the people see you and show light to you and let them know how you've been going and how you built your brand and how you
Yeah.
built what you got going on and stuff,
Hmm.
you know. So first let's start it off. Where you from?
Okay. So hello, everyone. My name is Nurse Brat, aka Amira, aka Nurse Brat. So I was born in Queens, but then I was living in Brooklyn. I went to school in Brooklyn, and then my parents moved to Queens when I was like third or fourth grade. And then at that point, I kind of didn't want to come to Queens. I was like, no, like I'm already in school in Brooklyn. I just want to stay in Brooklyn. So while we kind of were back and forth. So I was back and forth between Brooklyn and Queens. Like my school, my job, everything was in Brooklyn. But then I would come back home to Queens, obviously to be with family. But yeah, I'm basically from both. But Brooklyn always takes the cake.
Yeah, man. Listen, I mean, we went from Brooklyn to Queens.
Hmm.
We've been traveling and stuff, and we've been to a few places in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Went from our mother house,
Hmm.
1361 St. John's Place. From there we moved to what's that on East 88th Street. I
Yeah,
forget that.
in Canarsie
Yeah,
on
Canarsie
Seaview.
on C.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we lived in Canarsie.
on East. No matter of fact, it was East 94th Street
That
first.
was in Flatbush.
Yeah, no, but it was still in Canarsie. It was still in Canarsie. It was by
Mm.
Remsen.
Oh,
Remsen
okay, okay.
is by Remsen and East 94th. We
Mm-hmm.
was over there first. That was closer to the L train and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. We had a apartment over there, and then we moved to another one. That's when we moved to 94th Street.
Oh, okay,
Moved to
okay.
94th Street in Canarsie. Yeah, then we came out here.
Yeah, then we lived in Ditmas too for a little bit, right? Like on Avenue D. Didn't we live there for a while too?
What's Avenue D?
Avenue D, right by the elementary school by 233. It's on Ditmas and something.
That's close to that no no that's
That's the
what
one by
by
Remsen.
Remsen
Oh, okay, okay,
by
yeah. Then we
Remsen.
lived in Canarsie,
Yeah,
and
the
then we came to
Canarsie.
Queens.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, it
yeah.
was
So
all
I was
connected.
always back and forth.
And that's why, because whatever school y'all went to, mommy always took y'all there.
Yeah, yeah,
Y'all always was there. Mommy, drop y'all off
yeah,
when y'all was going to school in Queens.
yeah.
Y'all was driving. She drove y'all all the way to Brooklyn every morning to
Hmm.
go drop y'all off to go, to school.
Yeah,
So
and it worked out because mom was working in Brooklyn too. So at the time, it kind of like balanced out, especially when I got to high school because mom was working like right there.
yeah,
So it
yeah,
worked out. Yeah.
yeah. We've been there for a few places. Went from Brooklyn to Queens. Kings to Queens.
Hmm.
Yeah, we did a lot there. It was a lot that we put a lot into y'all and stuff, and for the
Yeah.
kids, we definitely put y'all first
Mhm.
and stuff to the point where, look, you went off to Delaware, you went off to Delaware.
Yes. Went off to Delaware, So how did that happen? Okay, so after high school, like your senior year, they have you start like applying for colleges. And at the time, I knew I wanted to go away. I knew I wanted to go to a HBCU. I wanted to be around people that like looked like me, but I didn't want to go too far. So my first choice was actually Howard, but I didn't get into Howard. And then I got into DSU, which is Delaware State University, and that's where I went to college. And I loved it. I loved it. I think it was very hard to be out there because there's no family out there. Like, you know how some people go away to college, they got family out there that they could rely on. Like, if anything happened, it was just me, but you guys would be 3 hours away, so it would be like a distance to travel. But I didn't mind it. Like, I liked it. I feel like it made me stronger. It made me like learn a lot of life skills. Yeah, I really liked Delaware. Like, it was quiet. It was a difference from the city because, we're from like New York, the city that never sleeps. So Delaware is pretty quiet, but I love the school. I love the connections. The work, obviously not so much, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful.
Yeah, because it's fast paced in New York, and then you get there, places out of town, it'd be more slow paced.
Yeah.
They more got to more wind it down and get familiar and get comfortable with how they move and stuff. Because it ain't all about being out there flashy and doing that. So
yeah, it was definitely an adjustment, but I loved it.
But it also show that's why college also put you out there, whereas you can be on your own and know how to survive on your own, know how to do things on your own, and not have to be dependent on your parents for most of the things and stuff like that. So that's what, being out there on your own, especially going away to college, that's a good thing. You can be able to experience life in different ways.
Yeah, it definitely was a lot. It was hard because I was in like the nursing program, as you guys know. So it was very like rigorous. Nursing is like, I think like the second most hardest degree to obtain. So it was challenging with the work and everything, and then also not knowing anybody, and then I'm trying to figure out how, like what I'm gonna eat, how I'm gonna get there, because I didn't get a car until like my third year. So you got to figure out. It just helps you be more independent, like once you become an adult. So I am very grateful for the experience. I liked it.
Yeah. I mean, that's why that's when you was out there. When you was going back and forth to school, it was definitely. It was a proud moment.
Yeah.
Definitely for me, for seeing my baby going to school and stuff, and especially when you graduated, just for you to go through it, because like I said, I didn't go through it. I didn't graduate high school. After 8th grade, it was over. Start going down the bad path. But that's why I'm pushing y'all and seeing y'all succeed and going through this is definitely much more more prideful to me. Make me feel so good inside and be like, you know what? That's what life is really about, because now when it's all said and done, y'all gonna be able to leave. I'm leaving a good legacy there, like some good people on this earth that that's what they done molded into out here to leave out here. They ain't just leave some guys like some young me out there that was 16, 15, 18, 19, and stuff. Now leaving some good accomplished people out here. That's what we want.
Yes, making an impact, making a difference, like. Even just being in nursing within itself, I just, like, you're healing the sick, you're near to the brokenhearted, and then, just even having a social media presence where I can inspire other people and tell them the importance of education. So I just love it. Thank you guys for your sacrifices.
Yeah, how was going through some of them classes in nursing school?
So for me, I don't think the work was rigorous. I'm not gonna lie, it definitely was a lot. But I think most of my challenges, as you guys know, it came through the extra stuff, like the unnecessary stuff. Like, I do feel like I was targeted for the most part. So I feel like the work was one thing, but I've always like persevered through the work. I've always made sure I got the grades, I've studied, and I put in the work. I think most of my challenges came from like the back end of things, but I do think I needed to go through that because then it prepared me for my career. Like, nursing school is not one of those places that you could go into and you can fight when you don't get your way, or you could go back and forth and you could argue, but then that's also how you got to carry yourself at work. So I feel like I had to go through all of the extra stuff, I would say, in nursing school for me to like become a nurse that has self-control, who knows how to bite her tongue, who knows not to say anything, who knows how to escalate, write emails. But otherwise, the work, it was a lot. It was a lot of studying. It was a lot of sleepless nights. I remember one night I pulled like a 24-hour, like I did not sleep at all until I passed my exam, and I passed. So it's a lot of studying, it's a lot of sacrifice, but it's worth it.
So, the sacrifice, when you say the things you went through, what's some of the things you went through when you going to school, like was it teachers, professors, class,
Yes, it was a mix. So I feel like once I got into the program, I definitely feel like I was more one of those like students who everything wasn't gonna fly. Like I need an explanation. You can't just say like the answer is B and everybody is like, yeah, the answer is B. No, I need to know why the answer is B because the textbook and the study guide that you gave us said that the answer was C. So I feel like from that, like teachers didn't like to be challenged in a way. And it kind of came off to them like I knew more when in reality I was just curious. So I feel like a lot of that, a lot of the backlash that I got from professors, from the dean, from whoever, it started from just being outspoken, not in a disrespectful way, because you guys know I'm not even like that, but just being outspoken, whereas everybody else was like quiet. And a lot of the things that I would even bring up in school were things that us as a class, as a collective, would agree on, but then I would be the one to speak out, and then everybody would leave me hanging, and then I would look like, oh, Amira is problematic, when it really wasn't even like that. So then a lot of the professors, they had it out for me. They was not feeling me. They tried to fail me any which way they could because they couldn't get me out of the program by my numbers. They tried to like get classmates to go against me and try to get me to act out of character so that I can like get out the program, or they would like try to fail me for things that they know had no basis. Or, you know, I just remember the time where you guys had to come all the way out there to Delaware because I had a teacher fail me for clinical. And if you're not in nursing school, when you have a class, you have a lecture portion and then you have a clinical portion. So the lecture portion is your exams. It's your like your book stuff. And then the clinical portion, we're in the hospital. And if you failed the hospital portion, you fail all that studying and exams you did is all out the window. So I had a clinical teacher who failed me because I had a book at the nurse's station. That created a whole thing. My parents had to come up. They came the next day as soon as I told them, ready, guns blazing, because we needed to have a meeting to understand what am I really failing for. And then by the grace of God, everything got turned around because I truly did not do anything wrong. But that's where most of my battles, I would say, came from.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that time we had to come up there. I remember that.
Yeah.
I mean, listen. Drop of a dime. I mean, listen, it don't matter. You mess with
24
mine.
hours.
Well, yeah, I'm up there to see what's going on. It ain't gonna just be, oh, she went through something and then she calling us and then we just say, okay, then we calling up to the school and trying to speak to people. And then you know how you go, they gonna put you on hold and put you there.
You're not getting nobody.
Nah, you ain't getting nobody. And then all of a sudden you try to wait, be on hold all day. Then, oh, she left.
Yeah.
Oh, now, you know what? We're going to skip all that. We're going straight up there.
Yeah.
We're going to go right up there and see what's going on, man. So
you guys came like this.
Yeah.
This.
That's what it's about, you know, being there for you. I mean, let you know you always, you know what I'm saying, we always got y'all back no matter right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? We're going to hold y'all down and then, you know what I'm saying, you wrong, we're going to come talk to you later. Yo, when you get in the house, listen, but out in them streets when it's going down,
we're all a unit.
We all a unit. That's what it's supposed to be about, you know?
Yeah. And I also feel like you guys know the type of kids you have. Like I was never a problematic kid. So getting a call that I'm like failing because of a book, I think it was just absurd. Like if I was a kid who was always getting phone calls home, I was always in trouble, I was always doing something, I was always failing, then that's one thing. But I'm really not a problematic person. So I think y'all getting that call, y'all just knew, okay, somebody, like something's wrong and it ain't me. Yep. So
But I mean, listen, we all, you know what I'm saying, we know the kids we raise. You know your kids. Parents out there, y'all know y'all kids and stuff because y'all be with them. Come on, you be with a person for over 16, 17 years, molding them, and you being in them, their life, and you seeing what they do. You going in their room, cleaning up after them. You see certain habits they make and they have. You start noticing things. You like, okay, you know how to correct it. You know how to make sure, you know, this ain't the way to go. We're going to make sure they know when they leave their room, to clean their room and do this, or when they leave, have dishes taken downstairs and do your dishes, things like that. So when you go to other people's houses, you do the same thing, and it ain't like you just in their house just being rebels and just you know getting up, doing whatever, you know, not cleaning up after yourself. So you know you want to make sure, especially y'all representative of us when y'all walk out there. You know, y'all representative of who we are and what we did in our household, showing that okay, that's what they did. Okay, that's what's going on. You know, so that's why we try to make sure we leave them good impressions on y'all, you, Amir, and Anaya, to make sure that when y'all go out in that world, that, you know, y'all presenting yourselves, because y'all represent yourself, but y'all also representing us. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
Word.
Yep, that's very true.
Matter of fact, hold on. But that's what it is. You know, we just try to make sure we raise y'all the right way to make sure y'all, you know, y'all good people and good citizens out there in this world and good human beings. Yeah. You know?
That's important.
That's what it is, you know? And I like, you know, diversity that y'all have. Y'all not really like the kids. Y'all grew up around all type of people.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Y'all didn't really say, okay, I'll just milk with just my peoples, y'all melt with these blacks, Chinese, whites, you know what I'm saying? Puerto Ricans, Mexican. Y'all dealt with it all, so y'all know how to relate to everybody and deal with it. Because look at the field you in.
Yeah.
You got to be able to relate or, feel for other nationalities, other people, because you want to care for them. When they come in that hospital, you can't look at them and say, oh, yo, you know what? Oh, man, I don't like this person. I'm, because of this person or whatever, I'm not going to care for them the way I'm going to care for my people. Nah, so y'all have that with y'all. You have that in you, and that's what I definitely love about y'all for sure, man. But yeah, you did it in the years you need to do it in, the 4 years too.
Yeah.
You finished school in the 4 years. Some people may get left back or now, miss a grade and fail a grade and got to repeat a class and stuff.
Yeah.
You definitely, held it down and, went through your 4 years and got in and out. OG classic.
I was not playing. And I'm so glad I did it that way, because not taking a break from high school, going straight into college. I started college when I was like 17. So I graduated when I was 21. So you get into your career at 21, and then you have your whole 20s. I could decide if I want to go back to school. I could decide like what I want to do. Like if I want to go back to school, that's an option. So that's why I always encourage, especially on my page, for people to not take a break. Like go to school, get a degree, sacrifice for those 4 years, get a bachelor's, or even start with your associates, but just have something. Your education is very important. As you can see with mommy got like 5 degrees. So she's always instilled that in us, for us to always have an education, because that's always something that you can fall back on. And that's something that nobody could take from you, like it won't wake up one day and leave me. I put in the work. That degree is not going nowhere. And I love it. I always tell people, if you're in high school right now and you're watching this, please go straight to college. Please go.
Yes. Go get them degrees. Go get some certificates, because like you said, you got something to fall back on, and you got something to work on to, bring that money, that you trying to do, to bring to with your entrepreneurship, whatever you trying to do. You can't just be out there saying, you know what, I'm going to still depend on my mom and dad to fund what I'm trying to do, when they still trying to handle certain things in the household and certain things in life. So, you know what, the best thing you do, okay, let me take advantage of my mom and dad and them put me through school and help me through school and help me, whereas I don't have to work as hard as I need to work, whereas I gotta go work and I'm working to pay for apartment. I'm working to pay for insurance for a car. I'm working to pay off the car. I'm working to put food in the house, because I gotta do I ain't have to do that at certain ages, because you got kids that's 19, 20 years old that's in those situations that you say, wow, you know what I mean? You got all that on your shoulders at this age, and you like, wow, where's your mom and dad? What did they do for you? Because for me, it's like I told mom, for us, it's like an investment for y'all to do that. Put whatever we got to do, whatever funds we got to do to make sure y'all got a good life, to make sure y'all got to do what y'all got to do. Don't got to get in the street to make ends meet, and then go in the street. You can't go be in the street and go to school. You got to be one or the other.
True.
And then if you out there going to the street, then you ain't going to be able to be successful in life. Them years going to pass you by, and then what? You know what I mean? When I'm saying my years, you can sit there and go to school and let your parents and them do what they need to do, invest in you, invest in your future, invest in their legacy, so that when they go, that, their kids and their future is there for them.
Something. Yeah, of course. And I always think back, like, even before I went to college, I kind of always had that mindset, because one thing about me, I always had a job. I always had a job. I've worked since I was like 13. As soon as I got to high school, I immediately got my working papers. I had a job. I think my first job was on the farm. Second job, I worked at McDonald's.
Listen, you gotta tell mommy, make sure she push y'all, because to this day, she still push Amir and Nana. They work every summer. Every summer they come home, they working. They come home. Only difference with you is you was working even when you was working, when you was coming home, when you was going to school, because you just wanted more. You wanted more.
Yeah, I wanted my things. And I didn't always want to keep asking. I feel like it's annoying. Like, if I'm a little girl, I want to get my nails done. I want to get my this. Sometimes you don't want to always have to ask your parents, like, hey, mom, can I get $10 to do this? Can I do that? So I started working, I think my first job was during the summer. And then when I started working at McDonald's, it was on the weekends. And then it just progressed, working in Kings Plaza. Then, managers just started to, always come in and like me. They liked my work ethic. So then I started working at, Bath and Body Works. And there was a time my aunt got me a job at Starbucks in my senior senior year, I was working 2 jobs. So I just knew how I wanted
Yeah.
things. I've always been the type of person, like, I don't like asking. Like, I just want to get things done. And yeah, but one thing about me, I always had that hustle. So going to college and everything like that, it just was kind of like a breeze because I've always had that like independence, you know? So yeah.
I mean, that's you. Listen, when I see, listen, I be laughing at y'all because when I see you, because like I say, I've been around you all your life.
Yeah.
I've been around mommy almost there. All, you know what I mean? So it's like when I see y'all are the same.
Yeah.
Y'all, she's a hustler. She makes sure she don't want to ask, and she always makes sure she gotta have.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with you. It's just like that. It's like, you know, I don't want to have to ask nobody. I want to make sure you go, and that's also, you know what I mean? Remember, I used to say that too. I said, yo, babe, I want to make sure you do go to school and finish it because I want to make sure you don't need to depend on nobody. Make sure you can do what you need to do, right or wrong. If something go wrong with somebody, whatever, if you there, you could be able to stand on your own and be like, okay, I can go. You don't need to depend on, because sometimes a lot of people, when it come to guys, sometimes guys take advantage of that. They'd be like, okay, you know what? Oh, she need to depend on me. Oh, she depend on me because, look, I'm bringing this in. Look, you know what? I can do whatever I want to do.
She can't go nowhere.
She can't go nowhere. What she going to do? Where she going to go? I'm the best thing she got, you know? But when you out there doing what you got to do, and you like, oh, he matching, she matching me. Oh, you know what? Okay, you know, I got to be in this for the real, because she leave me, then it's over. Then all this good loving and all this good treatment I'm getting is gone. Exactly. So you don't want to lose that. So that's why that was also a good thing that we want to make sure that you know what I mean, y'all was also, especially being girls in this society, in this world, you know, because guys, you know, man, you know, guys, they can be able to get a girl or be able to do what they want to, and be able to find some type of way to make something happen. But for girls, a lot of times it's kind of hard out there, because you could mess around and been pregnant at 17, 18.
Yeah.
You could be on you know what I mean? You 26 now. You could be on your second child, third child right now with no degree.
Yep. It could be way worse. Way worse, y'all. But no, I'm really happy for that, because I think in this day and age, like with social media, we have a lot of creators who push this, go find a rich man and go use him for his money and go do all of that. And that's why I'm just not that type of creator. I'm going to tell you, no, have your own. That way, whatever a man does for you is optional. I think it's a better relationship when you're with a man because you want to be, not because like you need to be. That's why on my page, you would never see me saying like, go find a rich man. No, become your own version of a rich man. And then everything a man does will be additional. And that way you never have to keep yourself in anything toxic or any situation you don't want to be in, because you always have your own. I can't get with that. I always have to have my own, something to call mine, you know? So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, and that's how your mother is. But you said you was working at the garden joint, when you did the farm. That was by Wingate.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I had the picture. I'll probably put that up here too.
Yes, I was on the newspaper. Yes, in the hot sun. Yeah. Oh my gosh. It was a lot, but it was fun because I at least got to do it with people in my high school, and you're just there for the summer, like going into 10th grade. So you kind of just like, you know, you're on the farm, you're doing crops, you're doing the farmer's market. So it's a good experience to like get my feet wet and making my own money. And then that way, when I started working at McDonald's, I feel like working there, it taught me a lot of like customer service, how to deal with people, like just communication in a whole. And then it just like took off from there. Then everybody wanted to hire me. I was at Bath and Body Works, and I was doing Starbucks after school, and then I was doing McDonald's on the weekends, and it was just a lot. It was a lot. But.
Yeah, you was. I mean, listen, you was working. Like I said, you know what I mean, and with mommy there saying, "Yo, work." Yeah, she can work, and then you was, you know, you was here at the time, and I mean, Amir could have worked, Anaya could work too, but they just not gonna work. They content.
Ain't that something, y'all? Ain't that something?
Anaya could be working right now.
Yeah.
She could be working right now.
After school or on the weekends, like I did. Yes, absolutely. But, you know, everybody gets different. I think it's okay to like know that parents grow. Like the parents that I'm going to have when you guys are much younger, they're going to be different from like the parents that Amir and I is going to have, because you guys grow, you get older, you make more mistakes, you get more wisdom. Like, so it's okay. You know, like it took me a long time to get okay with it, because I feel like my siblings are spoiled, y'all. Spoiled, spoon-fed. Now listen, I'm not gonna lie, was I spoiled? Yes, but I was a hard-working, earned, spoiled. My siblings, y'all.
See the difference with you. You definitely put work in to get certain things.
Yes.
I mean, I mean, he do his little hustler and stuff with the city star, but he just be off and on here and there because he see that people take care of him and
Exactly.
stuff. So,
I asked him one time. I said, "You're not like getting your job ready for your 1 week home?" He said, "No, why? I have a mother." I said, "Exactly." Spoiled. And I love that for that because I don't want them to have to work that hard because I feel like looking back, no 13-year-old really should be working. I mean, at that point, you should just be in school having your fun. So I love that my siblings only get to work like during the summer, and I always pick on them for that, for being so spoiled and spoon-fed. But that's neither here nor there, y'all. Conversation for another day.
See, I mean, it's all about, and then I fact that into like parents. When you first have your first kid and you going through it, you're doing things a little differently because it's your first kid and stuff. So you don't really, like right now, if y'all was to get, you got Kobe. You know Kobe. But now if y'all was to get another small dog, you would treat that dog a little different because you know what to do now. Because you know Kobe. Kobe done took y'all through the ring, okay, good and bad, whatever he was doing. Okay, cool. So now you know, okay, we got to do it this way. Let's make sure we lock them in the cage for this long, that long, or do certain things to make sure they don't pee on the carpet. Yeah. So you would know now what to do. Whereas with Kobe the first time was like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that, or should I do that, or is this the right thing, or what to do, and you searching things and stuff and looking up. So you really try to find it as a parent. It's all, it's just all about going, learning experience and learning trials and tribulations and going through it and say, you know what? Okay, this is what to do. Yeah. This is what not to do. All right, you know what? All right, now when I have my next one, like Amir would say the same thing about Naya. He would say, oh, Naya, she get treated better than me. Look at her. You she gets this and I get. I'm looking at him like, you see, it's a trickle down effect. Yeah. But in my eyes, from where we came from where I came from, y'all all got, better than what I've got. Yeah. As a kid growing up, I was, like I said, I was in the streets since I was 8 years old, running back and forth, packing bags in the streets and running here to Jersey, East New York, Brooklyn, and back. It was just so much at these ages, whereas I didn't have a time to really be a kid and be able to sit back and let my mom and dad shower me with gifts or sit at Christmas and be like, oh, I know I'm going to get majority of my stuff. I might be missing 2 or 3 things, but they going to probably tell me it's on back order. Yeah. But I'm going to give listen, I was hoping if I got a gift for Christmas times. So when I see those things going on, I'm just like, I'm like, it brings me good joy and happiness. We can do that, and y'all are enjoying life, and then y'all can sit there and say, you know what, I could depend on my parents. Yeah, my parents can do this for me, and I can sit there and rely on them and say, I can call my mom or my dad, and I know they're there for me for this, because we've been there all through them times of growing up with you, So it's like for me and mommy. We'll call dad or for certain things, but we won't call them for emergency situations because that wasn't something norm for us at the time. It's like, okay, we'll call them and tell them, oh, we went through this, why you ain't call me? Oh, nah, we handled it. Yeah. But if it was like that way, whereas something big going on, let me call my mom, let me call my dad, because I know they will hold something down, they would do this and that. It wasn't like that, but with y'all got it to the point where that's where, even with you, like, making sure, like, I was looking at some of some of your Christmases that you used to have when you was the only child for the first, 7 years?
8, y'all, 8.
That was 7. It was, so you almost 8.
Oh, no, Mia was born when I was
almost 8.
Turning 8. Yeah, so 7.
You were 7, but still 7. Boy. Yeah, I was sitting there saying to myself, like, oh, look at this.
I remember one of those Christmases. I got my phone. I had my nice razor. I got so many toys. I had so much stuff. Yeah, so much stuff. But I still always had like good Christmas.
I remember it's one thing Anaya said you got that she ain't get. You see what I'm saying? She ain't get the cooking house.
What? Now I got a cooking house.
She said she ain't get no cooking house.
I got a cooking house?
Yeah, you had a cooking house. Remember on the 94th Street one.
The older house.
The first one we moved to.
I did have that. Yeah. But these kids are different. They don't want no cooking house. They want money on their phone to cook on their devices. These kids, they different. But I do think, like what you said, like, when you look at us, it's like comparing it to what you guys went through, like you and mom, it's like we had like an oasis, like, because we didn't go through the things that you guys went through. And I think that goes both ways because we don't have nothing to compare it to, So all we have to compare it to is the goodness that y'all gave us. Yeah, which is a very good thing, because I think when you become a parent, you want to undo the things that were done to you, and you want to be a better parent for your kids and give them everything that you didn't have, you know? So it's a good thing that we can't like compare, you know, because we didn't all, you know, we didn't go through the things that you guys had to go through. So that's a good thing. Yeah.
I could sit back and say, I remember when this was going on, or I, you know, standing on the welfare line for my mom, standing on the free cheese line for my mom. Me and my man just told me, I said, yo, man, that's how some of my mans, we became friends because his mom's on welfare getting free. We both stand online for our moms because the moms is doing their thing before they come here on the line and stuff, and telling us to hold a place in line for them. And then they, you know, so those are things that I'm like, you know, so I know what that wasn't just to sit there and say, nah, we go get some cheese. We go to the store, go to the supermarket and buy some cheese. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to wait to know this time when they giving it, I'm going to go buy some. You know? So it's like, those are things I look at and I be like, you know what? But see, the things I be telling the men now is like, you know, y'all really have nothing to compare to, but y'all look at it when y'all see other people. You know, when y'all deal with other people and y'all hear other people's stories and stuff that they went through with their parents, or they see how their parents was like, yo, you know, give us, you know, when you working, give us this, give us that, give us this, and you giving it to them, and it's for their purposes. It's not for you. It's not saying, hold on, let me save this and put this over here for you for later on, or let me make sure this is right, you know, or give me your money while you working, you know, like, nah. You know, that's what when you was working, I told her, I said, nah. If anything, baby, make sure she's putting some money in a safe or her savings or something. But she don't need to give us nothing. She's working to give us for what, a bit? No.
Yeah. I think that was definitely something that mom had to learn, because I think she was, in her mind, she was probably teaching me like financial discipline. But then when you look back, it's kind of just like me, like that's not a way to do it, you know. But in her mind, it was with good intentions. Like for you guys who are watching, when I had started working, my mom wanted me to give my brother and my sister allowance and then help out with the phone bill. So to her, she's teaching me responsibility. She's teaching me like, when you get into your career, you're gonna start paying bills. You need to learn how to portion and divide up your money. But then eventually, like, that did trickle down, because it became a thing. Like, yeah, I'm gonna spend my money on me. Like, I'm 14, 15. I want to get my nails done. I want to get new clothes. I want to like keep up with the trends that's going on. You know, I want to hang out with my friends. And I think that like once she seen that I was just not asking for anything because I was working, I feel like that's when it kind of like trickled down and it made sense. Like, oh, you know what? Let her money be for her, and then we'll revisit this at a later age when she's in her career, you know? So
but you know, but it also, like you said, just that instance, you could reflect on that later on in life, knowing like, okay, pay a bill. So now I know how it is when you moved out and you start saying, you know what, I gotta pay these bills, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, you know, because I know what it was before. I know how I went through. Okay, let me just get back in that wheel and just start making sure I keep up my bills and make sure I do what I gotta do on that level. But that's what you know. That's what, you know, it's all about. Just making sure that y'all, you know, is good. You know, doing what y'all need to do out here, and y'all happy. You know, I always tell you, I said, as long as you happy, baby, I love it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever's going on, it don't really matter to me. You know what I'm saying? As long as you good, I'm good. Because, you know, I mean, I done live my life. I done live life. You know, and I'm living it. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, what else is to do? You know what I'm saying? And you know, like I said, ever since I've been with mom, we've been together, we done been places, we done done things, been there, been here. I mean, it's like, you know, but so much more, you know what I mean, you can do. I done, like I tell you, I done jumped out of airplanes and stuff already. So it's like, I mean, living life, you know, is there, you know what I mean? But now we're just making sure that y'all, you know, Anaya, the last one, making sure she in the same position you're in, now that y'all good, because this, you know what I mean, Amir, you know, he's the same thing. He on the way that way. He on his way too. So as long as they all get to the same goal and they see you, you know, you're a good role model for them. So they see that and they like, yo, okay. So that's another thing. That's what's like, when we do that, it's like we help, you know, we invest in you and you go and you succeed and be successful. You also is that help for your brothers and sisters. Say like, yo, I want to be better than her. Yeah, exactly. I want to do this. She did it. I can do it too. You know, so that's why I also love it, because you did succeed and finished it. Now you giving your brothers and sisters something to look at, a goal or something to accomplish that they can say, yo, what? Oh, we can do it. Or you know what? Oh, I'm gonna try. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do better. Oh, I'm gonna try to do this. And that's what I want for y'all. Period. But I want y'all to be better than we was. You know, I want y'all sitting there saying, yeah. By the time we go, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, we got that. Oh, you and mommy got the crib. You got, oh yeah, we got a house over here. Oh, you need to come over here, you know what I'm saying, and come check out Sonya Red, man. You know what I mean? We gonna check out the man cave. We got this, you know, and Yeah, because even though all this, like I was saying, all this is gonna be left to y'all, but it's good to build on, you know what I mean, legacy and build on what you got going on, so that all that's, you know what I mean, financial wealth for your family and stuff, and y'all can build, and then y'all can really build and find and finance certain other, you know what I mean, ventures and stuff in life that's more money that y'all say, oh, they need 20,000. Okay, we got that for that, huh?
Yeah.
Let's do that and let's flip that and let's go and let's make it happen, you know? Certain things like that. So that's what I want y'all to be doing. And as y'all doing it and y'all making things grow and y'all doing what y'all need to do, y'all looking back, okay, mom and dad helped us out with this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mom and dad, because like we say, you run into certain people that, you know what I mean, they aren't as, you know, in the position you're in, but y'all all was the same age and y'all all had the same ability, y'all all had the same 24 hours, y'all all did the same thing, you know, so it's like, but they chose to do other things in their 24 hours.
Yep. Like there's some people who that I went to school with, they decided to take a break, not go to college. They're in college now. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody got their own journey, but it's like we all had the same opportunities. Like, you know, when you're close with people, you kind of get to know them, their family. So you could be like, we all could have did the same thing. Like their scholarship, there was so much things that you can do to put yourself in that position. And then it's like, now we almost near our 30s and nobody still know what they want to do. They're going back to school. And it's like, then here I am. I'm like, I've been finished that and when I was 21. So now I get to live. Like I get to experience, I get to travel the world. I get to just wake up and decide what I want to do because I made that sacrifice like early on. So that's one thing I always try to like emphasize. And I'm so happy that my siblings get to have like not just like somebody through a screen, like they're my siblings, you know, like they see it in the household, like they see we have the same parents. If anything, they have parents who are more now like knowledgeable, who understand like even things with like finances for school. Mom already learned with the mistakes that she's probably made with my loan. So now when a man and I go, it's a little bit easier. She already knows. So they see like now they have parents who have already like made the mistakes or even not only just mistakes, but like succeeded in certain areas. So they have parents now that are more knowledgeable and boom, they can go do it too. It's not like I had a separate set of parents and they, you know, so that's why I love like what I do because my siblings see it like up close and I want them to be better. Like I want Amir to get a good, get into a good career. He want to go to the NBA. So I hope he go to the NBA, NFL, something. I want Nana to become, you know, the pediatrician nurse that she wants to do. Like I want them to do like even better than what I'm doing, you know? So I love them.
Yeah, no, that's what it's about, you know, just making sure, what I say, you know, you play, you know what I mean? You work hard now, play hard later.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You just got to work, stay focused, stay on your game with whatever you're doing and stay, you know, stay grounded. And once you finish that, you better party later. It's going to be many parties and many situations that you can't. You're always going down the night. Wow, you could miss the night.
Yeah.
You young. I tell you, y'all young. Y'all 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Y'all young. Y'all got a whole life ahead of y'all. Don't think that that's all y'all got there. Y'all got a whole life ahead of you. So you can sacrifice those few years to party for the rest of you. Listen, you older longer than you younger.
Yeah.
So just remember that, you know what I mean? You sit there, you take care of your business early, then you can party the rest of the life away because you see, like you say, you see people who's getting their 30s trying to go back to school.
Yeah.
And they trying to become, you know how hard it is with trying to get into nursing?
Yeah.
If you
took that long of a break. And you're trying to get back into that. It's possible, but it's harder. It's harder. Versus when you first get out of high school, you already got that ammunition. You still got like fresh knowledge in the back of your head. Because to get into nursing, you got to take an entrance exam. I think when I was going to school it was an NLN. Now it's the T's. And that's an exam based off like a cumulative of what you learned in high school. So when you wait till you like 30, you done been out of high school for what? Over a decade. So it just makes it a little bit more harder to get back in that mode versus when you just get out of school, you just go straight through, you do your thing. And then you just decide like, okay, you know what? I went for this, but now I want to go back for X, Y, and Z. I want to get my master's. I want to get my doctorate. And then by the time you're 30, you set up and you just take off the ground running. So yeah.
Listen, y'all young ladies out there, even y'all old ladies out there, y'all can get back in them, get back on the wheel, get out there and do y'all thing, and man, and be successful and be, you know, do what you gotta do, finish your goals, finish what you want to do in life, and become that nurse or whatever that with that CPNs and all whatever LPNs,
everything, real estate, be an LPN, whatever you want to do, law. Yeah. Just get into it. Go get in them books.
Yeah, say in them books. Go to school, man. Get that degree. That's what it be about, man, for sure.
Yeah.
Man. But so I mean, then after you finish that, you've got out of college and stuff. You started doing your thing and stuff. What got you into the YouTube? I mean TikTok and stuff.
Okay, so once I graduated, I used to just post like regularly on Instagram. I had like a private page on Instagram just with people that I knew from high school and like school or whatever. And I was posting like my journey a little bit. And then I remember somebody commented on my story. It was during COVID, it was 2020. And they were like, they love nurses on social media. That was the time where nurses were getting a lot of love. It was like the pandemic. They were getting like catered food all the time. Like it was a lot going on in 2020. And they were like, yo, on TikTok, they love nurses. So I just randomly like kind of started posting. And at the time, I was like 23. I was 22 or 23. And I had just resigned from my staff nurse job. And I started like a travel assignment. So at that point, I kind of just started to share like my experience. Like, I'm 23 years old. I'm 2 years into the game. I'm now doing like agency/travel nursing, and it just drew a lot of traction because one, I was so young, and two, everybody wanted to know like, how did you do it? Like, and I'm like, there's no secret. I just went straight to college after high school, and that was it. But then I just started growing. Like, I think I just started creating like a community of women who just wanted to be their best self. They didn't all want to be nurses, but for the most part, a lot of them were like nursing students. They were nurses, and it kind of just took off. I started just posting every single day, multiple times a day. And next thing you know, I just I bought a camera one day because a lot of my supporters were asking me to do a YouTube channel. I bought a camera, and then I never looked back. I kind of just started like posting my life. People on social media now, I think especially after the pandemic, they want this like perception that they're close to you, that they know you. So I think that's the community that I was building. I started vlogging, I started posting TikToks, and then ever since then, people they love me. So I just didn't stop there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like I said, we saw it. I saw it, and I was like, wow, look at Prince. I'm like, yeah, see, they definitely, but they love that nurse. They love to see, because some people, love to hear your story,
Yeah.
or how you went through it and what you went through and stuff, and
Yeah.
to see, success. Like a
Yeah.
lot of people see it because that motivate them.
Yeah.
To sit there and say, oh, I can do it, just like you do. Somehow we just saying, Amir, Nana, you can motivate other people out there in the world to see and be like, oh, this a young black girl, she did it. 21, she finished.
Yeah.
Hold on. I
Yeah.
got to get back out there.
Yeah.
Or that young girl sitting there saying, "Oh, she did it. Okay, mommy, I can do it because she did it. We can make it happen. I'm gonna go to school. I'm gonna keep studying." That's what it be about. People love them stories like that when they see that accomplishment like that. People meet their goals.
And I think it's the relatability too, like you said, because it's not like I just have like a trust fund of millions of dollars, or I just got everything like handed to me. I don't have an honorary degree. Like everything I have is because of work. Like nothing I have is at the hands of like a man just gave me everything, or like I just come from this filthy rich family. No, they see like the work that I did was work that, I put in, also from the sacrifices of my parents. So it wasn't just like, okay, she woke up and she did this. So they see like, oh, like, okay, she really put in the work. If she can do it, I can do it. They know, like, I was always open about like, I took out loans. My loans, for me, I look at it as an investment, because if I didn't take out those loans, I wouldn't have what I have. So they know, like, I know school was not just getting paid for like this. Like they see like, oh, okay, like this is like an average regular girl from Brooklyn who did it, So I think it's the relatability too that my community loves. So.
Yep. And that's what that's what it's about. So you just got to make sure y'all just watch and just stay on stay on what y'all need to do, because it's possible to be successful and like we said, accomplish your goals and finish your breakfast and do what you got to do. And the girls watching it, I mean, you've been traveling too. Also, they be having you going places and stuff too. So that's also a good thing, right? How's it traveling with the traveling?
Yeah. So basically, what I do is I kind of just go between all the states. So I have a compact license. When you have a compact license, you can kind of go to whatever state is considered compact and work. So I kind of like to stay local, like between like New York, Jersey, like Connecticut, that area, and I'll just go around and I'll work. Like I'll just look at what's the highest paying right now, and I'll just go. The unfortunate part is you don't really get benefits. So sometimes it's harder for like nurses who have kids or they have families to do it, even though it's not impossible. But yeah, I kind of enjoy like the freedom of just going wherever I want to go, just kind of like following the money for right now versus stability. And yeah, I feel like from that, it just gave me a lot of lifestyle options, which is also what my community likes. They like to see me traveling. They like to see me shopping. They like to see like little hauls. And I think that's what I give them, because they're not looking at the hauls and they're like, oh yeah, like her man just bought her all of this stuff. They're like, no, like I put in the work. I counted my shifts. I budgeted, and then I went and treated myself. So yeah, I love it. I love like you get paid more, even though it's probably not enough what nurses really should be making, but it's more, and I like that it gives me more like flexibility. It still gives me some type of sense of stability, and yeah, I like the lifestyle. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, which girls don't like, be able to go out and live their life and
Yeah.
see places and be able to splurge and
Yes.
spend money and have a good
Shop.
time and
Yes,
shop.
I
I know,
love
right?
shopping.
I know. Oh my God, little Sheila.
I love
Little
the mall.
Sheila.
I'm in the mall every
Little
week.
Sheila.
Love the mall.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I'm like I said, when you build up a good following there and stuff, and people, the girls and the young ladies out there following a real respectful, beautiful young lady, and they get to see, someone in action and stuff, and now they see, they also see your weight transformation too. So they see that going on TikTok. They see, staying healthy, health is wealth.
Yep.
Yeah, because you know how you went to college. After college, it was crazy, huh, girl?
Oh my God. You know what's so crazy? I gained weight in college. I lost it in 2020 right before I graduated, and then I gained it all right back 10 times worse. I think it was just like being in nursing, just eating, convenience. Then I got into a relationship. So, that first beginning stage, you at home, you eat in, it was so much, you guys. I was almost 300 pounds.
Oh.
The weight crept up like this. And then I think when I became like just being more experienced in nursing, I started to see like young people come with high blood pressure, diabetes, heart failure, people that weren't able to move. And I feel like God kind of gave me a revelation. Like, you have an able working body. Like, it's time to make a change. So I just started doing little stuff, fasting, working out, like those little tiny changes. And now, by the grace of God, y'all, I lost over 90 pounds. I'm still going. Yeah. I'm trying to get back to my high school body. I miss my high school body, but I'm not too far away. I'm like 20, 30 pounds away. But y'all, it was a lot. And I think even like with my community, in my community, they're seeing multiple things. So they're seeing work, they're seeing lifestyle, but now they're seeing health. And what girl don't want a flat stomach? Every girl want a flat stomach. They want a nice shape. They want to be healthy. So now I'm bringing in like a whole new set of women who are not really probably even nurses, but they want to be healthy. They want to lose weight. They want weight loss tips. And then I have PCOS. So it kind of like a lot of women are coming in like, oh, what's PCOS? Like, I think I have it. So it brings in like different things. Just being on social media, I feel like they've seen so many transformations of me. But yeah, y'all, losing weight was like the hardest thing ever, but it was worth it.
What you said? You said, what was that? What's that?
So PCOS is polycystic ovarian syndrome. It's basically like cyst on your ovaries, and it can cause a lot of things. It can cause infertility. It can cause rapid weight gain. It can cause like hirsutism, which is like hair on the face. It can cause a whole bunch of things. Like, it's just a big hormonal imbalance, basically like diabetes of the ovaries. So when I learned more about it, because this is not something that's researched a lot of doctors really don't know about it. They'll try to just get you to take like diabetes medication and stuff like that. But me being a nurse, I know like I was not getting on medication. I was doing it the natural way. So I just learned to like lower my carbs, stop with the processed sugar, drink more water, do a lot of walking, low impact exercises. So it's a lot of hormonal imbalances that comes with it. But then I just did my own research. And then there's a lot of women that were coming in like, oh, like, how did you know you had PCOS? So then I started sharing my story with that. Like, I was having irregular heavy periods. I was having really, really bad acne. I gained 90 pounds in like 9 months, so that helped a lot of women as well, because this is not something that's talked about at all growing up. So yeah.
Oh wow. So yeah. So that's good. You know what I mean? That's good. You're also teaching them too, because and that's the thing. A lot of people go through certain things and they don't really, they be kind of scared to tell people or express it out there. Now, now with the world we living in now, a lot of people, you may have tens and thousands of people going through the same thing you going through, and you may have some, remedy or some cure, or just giving them some encouragement, like you can get through it because you're doing something that they didn't think they can do because of the situation they are in.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? That's good. Yeah.
Because it makes it really, really, PCOS makes it hard to lose weight, like very hard, because you're not just going through like a caloric deficit, you're kind of still like dealing with hormonal imbalances. Because I could eat right, but then there are times your hormones are all over the place. It can just be a lot, but I think like finding the right doctor, getting the right test done, and then finally like making the lifestyle changes, that's what really helped. So yeah, I definitely think like that made it harder, but it wasn't impossible. Yeah.
That's cool. That's what's up. I mean, what's some of the healthy stuff you be drinking? I be see you drinking them juices and stuff, all them crazy juices. I mean, what would be in those?
So sometimes, like in the beginning, I used to do kale, celery, cucumber, lemon, and ginger. Now I just be doing like celery juice, celery and lemon, Other times I'll do like beets, apples, and carrots. Like I kind of just mix it up. I don't really juice that much anymore. Now I'm more so like 99% water, I would say, because a lot of those things have sugar. Unfortunately, we know fruits and vegetables, they have sugar. You can't get away from it. So I started like just keeping it simple, just drinking lots of water. I drink lots of tea. So I do a lot of green tea, dandelion root tea. And if I want it iced, I'll do like zero sugar juice. That's another thing. Everything I drink is zero sugar. Zero sugar soda, zero sugar juice. And honestly, detoxing from sugar is good because to me, it tastes just like the regular thing. But if you're so used to the sugar, it'll taste different. But yeah, definitely like just finding like healthy swaps. Even if I want ice cream, they have like zero carb ice cream. I found like keto ice cream sandwiches. So I just made like those changes. And I feel like once you cut out sugar and you lessen your carbs, the weight just drops like this.
Yeah. You know, listen. It's all about watching what you eat, man. That's what I'm saying. That's mostly our flaws and the things we go through anyway in life, especially as we get older. That's what's good that y'all looking out now. So when y'all do get older, y'all don't gotta go through certain ailments and things that people go through because we know. I mean, we first came when we was coming up. It was about cancer was hereditary. That you know, if your parents had it, then you caught it. Nah, it ain't that. It's what you consuming. It's what you eating. It's what you putting in your body that's making us get sick and go through those ailments like that, getting cancer and stuff like that. So you just got to watch out what you eating and, you know, how much you eating of some particular things and stuff like that. Because all these things we have, and they be putting all type of hormones and stuff in them because they trying to reproduce them real quick and trying to turn around, and you sitting there like, let me go, you eating so much of it not knowing, they say maybe a moderate amount of it won't do nothing to you. But if you eating so much of it, you trying to tell me if you eating, you know, Chinese food and all this, I'll take out food for 5 or 6 or 7, 8 years straight, and then you talking about I'm going to chill for 2, or I'm gonna eat it here and there for 2, but then I'm get back on it thinking that work. No,
don't.
Nah,
everything is lifestyle.
Yeah, it's lifestyle. You gotta just watch what you consuming and watch what you eating, and as you see, like you said, you gaining weight because of the things that you was eating, certain things, and when you stop taking it, like I say, like you just slimming up.
Yeah,
you know
the weight
mean?
is just falling off, and I'm just so happy, like you said, because I'm doing it now versus if I did it when I'm like 40s or 50s, where it's even harder because things slow down as you get older. Your metabolism slows down. It's so much harder to lose weight. Not impossible, but harder. So yeah, I think with me, like even in our family, like my great grandmother, you guys, she passed away. She had diabetes. She had high blood pressure. She had high cholesterol. But for me, I'm not gonna get scared because I know like I'm gonna change those eating habits. We're Haitian, so we eating big plates of rice and carbs and sugars and juice, and so I'm not doing all of that. Like I'm eating everything in moderation. So I think that's like the main part. Yeah.
I mean, you know, that's what you're supposed to do, you know, and now that we good that you're doing that, because now you know later on in life you don't really have to worry about certain ailments and things that may go on and stuff with you. So I mean, that's all it's about. It's health is wealth, and plus you grew up in a household of me, we working out all the time,
all my life,
so it's like it ain't like y'all foreign to going to the gym or saying, you know what, let me work out because I seen my dad working out. So you know what, let me go out there and go to the gym and do what I got to do.
Equipment in the backyard, in the basement. We seen it.
So I mean, so that, you know, that's all it's be about. You know, just making sure that, you know, people just be healthy out there, and that's also what I see you teaching them on there, TikTok and stuff, and YouTube and stuff. Also, you know, letting them see that, but. That's all, you know, I'm just so proud of you, Princess,
Thank
man.
You, Daddy.
I'm just so proud of you, for real, man. You know. But yeah, man, I'm trying to think right now some other things to ask her. We over here got to get ready to go to our dinner. Shout out to my baby girl, Cheyenne.
Yeah, she just graduated with her associates. We about to go celebrate her, so shout outs to you.
Yeah, definitely, man. But man, baby girl, I'm just so proud of you, like I said, and listen. I don't know if you know, we see you got the big rock on your finger, you know what I'm saying? That you on flossing, she killing the streets. You see it, right, people? She killing the streets out here. I don't know.
To be continued, y'all. To be continued, bye.
I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna get down. I don't know. I'm in the dark, I guess.
To be continued, y'all. We talk about that later.
Nah, y'all know what it is, man. Man, this is Nurse Brat, man. Anything else you want to tell them, baby girl?
No, guys, just make sure you guys keep following us, keeping up with us, and just keep supporting. That's all.
No doubt. Word, man. Nurse Brat for sure, man.
Yes.
Baby girl, Princess. That's what it is, man. Yo, y'all know what it is. This is another one for y'all, man. We gonna bring a part 2 because I think she got some more other stuff to say. Cause we gotta find out about some things. The rings, they said the rings and things you sing about, bring them out, right? You know what I mean? Okay, she brought them out.
We'll see in part 2. We'll see.
Yo, man. Make sure y'all live life, enjoy life, and celebrate life, man. Keep doing y'all want to, man. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe to the Session TV or YouTube. You know what I mean? Nurse Brat on YouTube.
Yes.
You know, and Nurse Brat on TikTok. You know what I mean? This is what we do, man. Shout out to my boy Lifer. Politics usual, man. Y'all stay up, man. We out, man.
Bye, guys.